Good morning. Thanks for joining me on my morning walk. We just broke into a mowed field here, surrounded by trees. And this is one of the things that I wanted to stop and look at, me and the dog. You can see right here, these are raspberries. They're the black raspberries. You can just see a couple of them are just come into ripeness, but most of these are still forming, and this area does have quite a few raspberries. Me and the dog and the family enjoy these raspberries, wild picked. Quite a few in here. I don't know if you can see them so well with this, but there is quite a few of them budding up. This is more than last year. This is going to be quite a harvest, and it's a harvest not only for people but for the deer and some other critters along this way. On this walk today, this is an area that I walk quite often. One of the things that I thought maybe you might like to see is mulberries. This is a mulberry tree. Its fruit is a lot like a raspberry. Look. But absolutely delicious. A little bit of a different taste maybe than you would think from the raspberries and the berries that you may see, but really nice. A certain amount of sweetness, depending on the time of year, a little bit of sourness, but such is life. I've taken the time earlier last week to lay a tarp down underneath these and take an extension pole and gently shake these limbs. And so really you're looking at what's already been kind of harvested. This is the next group of them coming together and forming together. I threw out around the edges of this field is, I believe, about 5 mulberry trees. Some of them weren't as ripe as others. It would just seem to me that some of them that got direct sunlight or a lot of sunlight are slower to ripen. Maybe true, at least I can say anecdotally that's what happened, seems, around here. Along these edges here where the morning sun and the daylight sun actually is a bit shaded, they look like they've come to fruit maybe a little faster than some of the others. I came out, like I said, gently shake the tree. All the ripe fruit wants to fall. And matter of fact, that's one of the reasons that you want to get out and get them picked before the winds come, because as they are ripe, they will fall from the tree with the winds and such. A little foggy. I can see that on your side you may be looking at a bit of fog this morning, and it is. It's early, and the sun has just been up for a little while, and we'll have that burn off. Especially here, I'm in kind of a hollow or depression area against the mist is still burning off. Oh, the creatures are all out and about though. Plenty of squirrels, and the birds have been up, and again, haven't came across any deer, but that's happens often around here. It really does look like it's very hazy on this picture. You'll excuse me, I'm gonna wipe that camera. Sorry, that would probably have been a no-no in professional YouTube quality videos. But I'm a grandpa, and grandpas just do what they do and make things done. Sometimes we're not so fancy about things. Creek that runs along this whole side. It's I like to call it a creek. It's really pretty much rain ditch, collection area. Come on. Hey, come here. Come here. You're not supposed to be that far. Kind of taught the dog to not step onto any pavement without me near her. She got a little ahead and I wasn't paying attention. It's very important, of course, to look after our animals in that way. And come on, baby. No, come on. Oh, the creek. Like I say, if you need to call it a rain ditch, it's a catch basin of rainwaters. It's very low right now at this time of year, in late June. Not so much rain, a little dry, but incredibly good for the seeds. As you can see here, for the most part, these are seeds ready to be harvested. They're getting ready up. They've been for a couple of weeks now, falling onto the ground, reseeding this area. I pick them. I strip off the seed pods and feed them to my chickens. Yeah, I enjoy my chickens. I'm a big egg fan, and to the point that I just look as eggs as a superfood. All the proteins and many different kinds of nutritious needs that the egg will cover. I tell you, I'll eat 4 eggs a day. Excuse me, I got a kind of cough. Yeah, I know. Some may say, "Woo, so much cholesterol." I kind of did some studies. Not kind of. I studied pretty hard on that. Looked at that information about the cholesterol and the testing and how they came about the idea that eggs were so bad for us with their cholesterol. Let me just say that over multiple findings with multiple institutes, accredited institutes, the idea that eggs is a major cholesterol, it comes to my mind from those studies is that you'd have to eat about 32 eggs a day to have any real effect in our overall cholesterol intake. And though I do have to watch out for my cholesterol, I do not count eggs as being one of my problems. Something you might want to look into, but I'm a big fan of the eggs. And if you're looking for a good way to get your morning proteins, maybe you'd want to do a little study on the eggs. It's cool today, very cool. Unseasonably, not sure for this late in June if we're in the just maybe brushing the 60s right now. Coat on, and of course dog, she loves the cooler weather. It just comes to mind when I was talking about the studying of eggs and so many other things in this world, that it's hard not to get caught up into a single source of information and making decisions nowadays. Man, call me a grandpa, but there's a lot of information through the internet. The idea that the internet is a mile wide and a half-inch deep. Sometimes there's not a lot of real depth in the science information and so many other possibilities of information that we can glean from so many experts in the world. We gotta question things. And not get caught up into some of the headlines and catchphrases. I know that for sure. I spent quite a bit of time in my life in advertising. Oh, not so much working in the business, but I've worked in the theater and had a few businesses of my own, and doing my own advertising, and having studied some in college of it. It is a study in human behavior, finding more and more ways to motivate us to watch or read something. Sometimes looking at our most base interest, titillating things that would draw us to a product. That just brings my mind to the study of the Bible. And many of you are gonna oh boy, I need to say this about the Bible. Wherever you're at on it, we in this world spend so much time reading so many books that are going to tell us how to help us live, self-help books, and how to raise, and what we should do, and how we should hold hands. And can I just say that I find it amazing that the Bible isn't used more for those answers. I found that over the years reading the Bible, and some of you will think, oh my gosh, there is so much good information in there. There is suggestions of ways of living. There's the recounts of men and women in our past who have failed. The stories of troubles in their lives and how they have overcome them, or how the troubles have overcome them. Just so much information, philosophy. Anyway, if all the books we read believe we are wise from reading them all, you gotta put that book, that Bible, right up there. And sure, we can talk and even argue, or in the word apologetics, making a positive argument for your point of view over how the Bible was put together, and who did it, and when and where and how and what it's all about. The truth is if you just sat down and read what it has, take in what it has to say, meditate on it, I don't care if you even reject it. But it is an incredible source of knowledge. I just say that. It's not sometimes a book that so many people can just pick up and read through. I will tell you, some of the hardest things is that when you read the Bible, you especially for the first times, I can say, like normally you would think that you would pick up a book and start it from the very beginning and read all the way through. The truth is that is the way to read it. I've never seen a piece of literature that has a connecting story throughout its many writings. The more you look at it, the more you kind of remember pieces, you'll find that they're just interconnected with the next, to the next, to the next. It's just inconceivable how it was written in such a way. I know that most people, though, like to get to the heart of things, and reading it from front to back can be hard because you'll start to get notions and thoughts. I know a lot of times people talk about the wrathful God, and wow, I mean, if you really understood you read it, you need to put pieces and pieces together. It kind of is a detective novel, but well, it's just something to think about. I hope you have a great day. Have a blessed day. And thanks for walking with us. God bless you.